When you hear the word farming, you might think of a quiet country town where Farmer Ben wakes up every morning to feed his chickens and work in his garden. Or you might think of a large-scale industrial farm. But what you probably don't think of is a very complex, highly involved cryptocurrency strategy that is designed to squeeze every last penny of possible profit out of an initial investment. If you've never heard of the term yield farming, then this is definitely a video that you're going to want to watch. Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is the Part-Time Economist, and in today's video, we're going to be talking all about cryptocurrency yield farming. Now, I want to be very clear at the start of this video. I am not saying that this is a good strategy. I am not saying it is a bad strategy or that you should or shouldn't do it. I am saying it has historically been a very popular strategy in cryptocurrency, and if you're seeking to understand more about the cryptocurrency market, this is something that you at least need to understand how it works so that you can be more conversational when we're talking about cryptocurrency. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. What is yield farming? Well, as the name implies, the goal is to farm yield, to increase your profit. And on the surface, this probably doesn't sound that revolutionary. Doesn't everyone want to increase their profit? Well, in order to explain why yield farming is different than simply investing, I'd like to share this meme that I created over a year ago. Now, keep in mind, this is over a year ago. And the interest rates, the dollar values, all of that will have changed by now, but I think it shows a very good illustration of what yield farming is and how it's different than simply investing. So let's go through the stages of saving or investing, if you will. At the basic level, you have nothing. You spend everything that you make. Then you get up to the next level and you say, you know what, I'm going to save some money. I'm not investing it. I'm literally just taking some dollars and putting them somewhere. I will have the same number of dollar bills a year from now as I do today. No more, no less. Then we get up to the point where we start saying, maybe I want to invest in assets. I'm going to buy gold, I'm going to buy silver, I'm going to buy Tesla, whatever the case is. Again, it doesn't matter for our discussion. I'm going to buy something, I'm going to hold on to that something, and then at some point in the future, I will sell it for more than it's worth. I will get a capital gain, right? That's traditional investing. Now, where cryptocurrency built upon this, and keep in mind, we're still not even at the level of yield farming. Where cryptocurrency built upon this was saying you can invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever cryptocurrency. Not only will you be able to hold on to that cryptocurrency, but you're not going to sell that for 5 or 10 years. How about lending that out to someone else? And through the power of smart contracts, it is possible to lend out your cryptocurrency and earn a certain amount of interest on it while you still own the asset. So the idea here is that at some point in the future, you sell that asset, but in the meantime, you're also earning a small bit of return, kind of like an interest rate. And things were pretty much steady there, right? Back in those days, it was easy to understand where you were maximizing your investment. If one cryptocurrency protocol was giving you a 5% interest rate and another was giving you a 6% interest rate, it was pretty easy to see where you were coming out ahead. But that all changed in June of 2020 when Compound Finance, which is a decentralized financial protocol, started giving people the comp governance token. So this is where things get really wild. You have your asset. Just for the purposes of this video, let's say you've got basic attention token. You deposit your basic attention token. So you have an asset that is hopefully going up in price. You are earning an interest rate. And then on top of that interest rate, because you are contributing to the liquidity of their protocol, because you are facilitating these transactions, basically, they give you a governance token and say you should have a say in the future of this protocol. Now, these governance tokens, because they have voting rights over the future of a protocol, they have value as well. So that's a third source of value that you are getting from these protocols. Now, keep in mind, this is several leagues ahead, if you will, of traditional finance. Not only do we own an asset, not only do we lend out that asset, now we're getting additional assets on top of that asset. Well, what do we do with that compound finance token, that comp governance token? Well, let's think about it this way. We are getting these comp tokens, again, you can see here from lending out basic attention token. Well, we can take those comp tokens and we can deposit them to a liquidity pool. So people might want to buy comp tokens because they want to influence the direction that that protocol is going, or they might want to sell if they're just trying to cash out. Well, if someone wants to buy or sell, we need market makers. We need liquidity on both sides of that transaction. So what do? We create a decentralized exchange where people can trade from comp tokens to, let's just say, Ethereum. And for facilitating that transaction, we earn some fees. So just follow all the different steps that we're doing here. We have our initial basic attention token. We're hoping that it appreciates. We lend that token out. We earn interest. We get the comp token, right? Again, that's another source of income. We're not just content to sit on that comp token. We again, contribute to a liquidity pool with that comp token. We earn trading fees off of that. And then guess what? Compound finance starts with issuing this comp token. Well, other protocols follow suit. Other protocols say, we are going to reward our users with our own governance tokens. So again, this was more of a big deal back in 2020, but even still today, you can earn these governance tokens from various financial protocols. Again, not saying Compound is the one you should use. It's just one that I was really familiar with back in the day. You can earn those governance tokens. You can then take those governance tokens, earn liquidity fees off them, and then guess what? You can take those liquidity provider tokens and kind of repeat the process over and over and over. So I don't want to say it's exactly like fractional reserve banking because it's very different actually, but the concept is kind of the same in that you take an initial investment, you get some back, you lend that out, you can lend out a fraction of that. So this process keeps going and going. Now, obviously, for some people, this proved to be very profitable. I do want to say, of course, that depending on what cryptocurrency platform you are using, there can be very high transaction fees, right? So this isn't like a guaranteed shot to wealth. There can be very high transaction fees. On top of that, as more protocols started introducing their own governance tokens, right? Just as with everything else, there tends to be arbitration, right? Things tend to level out. And on top of that, it's a lot of work to deposit something here, reinvest it there, move it somewhere else. So some automatic yield farming protocols did tend to emerge to kind of help make this easier for people. The idea here was that you just deposit your money and then this yield farming protocol moves it around for you to get the maximum return out of your money. That's something for a different day. Those kind of like automatic yield aggregators, definitely a subject for another video, but at least today I wanted to give you the basics of what yield farming is and how it differs from simply just investing your cryptocurrency, because a lot of the articles that I was seeing was basically saying that yield farming is lending your cryptocurrency, and in reality that is a little bit too much of a simplistic approach to something that is actually incredibly complex, because by that stretch, depositing money in a bank and lending it out is yield farming, which is, really understates what cryptocurrency is doing. And again, like I said, not telling you to do it, not saying that you should or shouldn't, just trying to show you how many light years advanced this is versus traditional finance, for good or for bad, right? Risks involved with everything. So as always, thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you next time.